Network Entertainment.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to Hanash by Bekenemen Pod.
Hoy, ano sinasabi mo?
Correct. So yun po ang aming Hanash. Ang Hanash na ito is basically our non-drag race offering. And for today's Hanash, we are talking about gay awakenings. But this time, meron tayong very special guest.
Yeah, so syempre, we know how the gay awakening experience, it's very personal, it's very different. At nagbabago-bago yan per age group. So of course, we wanted another perspective. Hindi pwedeng kami lang. So today we have our very special guest, my season 3 sister, Tita Baby.
Hello, Mix. Hello, Baus. Again.
Hello, Tita Baby.
Thank you for inviting me. At nandito na naman ako. Suki ako, no?
Correct. Alam mo, sobrang natuwa yung mga tao sa podcast natin for Drag
really?
Race.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
So,
you.
maraming naiyak.
Mhm.
Oo, correct. Kasi nag-iyakan kayong dalawa. So marami rin naiyak.
Ang dami na nagme-message sa akin, parang lagi niyo akong pinaiiyak. Sabi niyo.
Well, let's see if we are going to keep a perfect record. Siguro naman di ka na mahiyak sa gay
Oo, no,
awakenings.
gay awakenings.
Tignan
Feeling
natin.
ko nga malilibugan ka pa.
Okay, so gay awakenings, literally, pag narinig yung gay awakenings, ano ang unang pumapasok sa utak niyo? Let's start
Talagang
from
ako,
the
no?
youngest, ang pinakabagong pitas sa ating
Correct.
tatlo. Oo.
Sex.
Oh. Do tell us why, Tita Baby.
Agad.
Oh.
I think for me aside from like, siguro madadaanan din natin ito mamaya, aside from yung parang I'm gravitating towards aesthetics that
Correct.
are not necessarily heterosexual.
Correct.
Aha.
Like Bette Midler, yung mga ganyan, musicals, di ba? Parang kabataan ko, parang yun ang attraction ko. So, aside from that, I feel like the strongest definition of my gender identity and my sexuality is getting attracted to the same sex, di ba?
Correct.
Attracted to men.
Mhm.
So, pag sabi mo awakening, yun ang pinakamabigat.
Correct.
Yun.
So see, like, do you remember like yung pinaka naaalala mong boy, man, na tipong, oh, I kind of wanna wipe his sweat with my tongue. Charing!
Ano bang brand ng
Ay, Diyos
underwear
ko,
ad
oo.
yan?
Okay, kasi ito na magdadaldal na ako. Hindi ko na maalam na ganito. To confessional ulit.
Alam mo minsan,
Another?
no?
Okay, yung first time ko na parang I found curious, intriguing, and a lot of bothering emotions was when I was in grade school in Ateneo. Tapos, grade 4 ako nun. So there's an exit. Pag dismissal, may exit closer to the cars, to
Yes.
the parking, to the sunduan. May exit doon na mas malapit. Pero hindi ako doon lumalabas.
Saan ka dumadaan?
Umiikot ako sa basketball court.
Oh my God! Sure ako maraming nakaka-relate dyan. Yung dadaan ka sa
Oo.
basketball court para para masilayan ng mga namamawis-mawis na lalaki.
Oo, tapos, so there's this guy, if I remember correctly, he was grade 7.
Okay.
Okay, grade 4 ako noon, di ba?
Aha.
So parang matangkad, basketball player siya eh.
Okay.
Matangkad, tapos mestizo, tapos pawisin. Bigay mo? Tapos, pag umuwi ako, doon ako dumadaan talaga. Parang yung times 2 ang distance nun eh. Dala-dala ko yung stroller ko. Tsaka yung Coleman ko.
Correct.
Siguro mga early 90s or early 90s. Ganyan, mid-90s, ganyan.
my God,
So,
I love
siguro
it.
grade 4, what's that? 10,
11, yeah.
Oo. So, siya siguro mga 12, 13, di ba? Kasi grade 7 siya. Tapos yung feeling ko lang was like a lot of kilig and emotions that parang first time mong na-feel. I cannot describe na libog siya agad eh. It's
For
just
sure, ano yan,
attraction.
mentally justified as idol ko siya. Gano'n, parang gano'n.
Yes,
Parang
minsan.
admire ko siya. Charot!
Correct. I just admire him. Bakit
Or
ba?
baka gusto ko kasi maging basketball player.
Correct. Eme.
Pwede naman.
So, yun. Tapos, pero a lot of the emotions also are very confusing.
Yes.
Very confused yon ako noon. Conflicting kasi parang, teka muna, hindi alam kung di dapat ako nagkakagusto sa guys eh. Diba? Pero bakit, what is this I'm feeling? Tapos lumalayo pa ako bago makapunta dun sa sundo ko. Yun, so bata pa lang ako, malandi na ako.
So, confirming na hanggang ngayon, malandi ka pa rin.
Oo, dumadaan pa rin ako sa basketball court.
How about you, Mix?
For me naman, parang the concept of gay awakening is yung mga moments na talagang nasa certify, parang nako-confirm mo na bakla ka. Siguro even before you've fully come into terms with your sexuality. So ako, ang mga naisip ko dyan, like, ako oh my God, sobrang aga ko lumande. So nung prep pa lang ako, meron na akong crush na kaklase ko. Ano pa yun? Parang syempre, nung at that age, parang best friend ganyan. So, alala ko, nung class picture namin, gumanyan ako sa kanya. As like, pinato ko yung ulo ko sa balikat. So, meron ako...
Isa pa to the camera.
Gumaganon ako sa kanya. Nakapatok yung ulo ko sa shoulder niya. So, there, I have a class photo from when I was in prep na talagang nakapatok yung ulo ko dun sa friend ko. Kasi crush na crush ko siya, no? Pero at that point, syempre, hindi ko pa gets. Like, hindi ko pa gets that's what a crush was. It was parang, wala, gusto ko lang siyang kasama. Gusto ko lang siyang kabonding, ganon. And then, ang next dyan is, alam ko nung after that, yung Mulawin. Yung time na Mulawin. Talagang,
With John Fideliaga.
Oo, with yung syempre, nung time na yon usong-uso yung mga love team sa TV, di ba? Parang those were the early days of talagang benebenta ang love team. Tapos, isa sa mga marketing strategy ng Mulawin is Team Richard or Team Dennis. I was team both. So parang, pag yung mga eksenang si Alwina, pinag-aagawan ng dalawa, parang ako, oh my God, ang saya nito. Pero ang pinaka-distinct talaga in my head, na as in talagang, at this point, hindi ko pa gets. At this point, hindi ko pa sinasabi sa ko na, huy, bakla ka. Wala pa akong ganon. Mm-hmm. But I remember, watching yung music video ng Pussycat Dolls when I grow up. Yung tumutungtong sila sa kotse, nasa scaffolding sila, sumasayaw. As in, sobrang pasabog na pasabog siya for me in my young queer mind at that time. So napanood ko yun, sabi ko talaga, there was this voice in my head and I distinctly remember the saying, when I grow up, I want to be like that. At that point, hindi ko pa alam na bakla ako. Siyempre, at that point, hindi ko pa alam na gusto kong maging drag queen. Pero naalala ko yun. Tapos wala, ngayon, na ako, Pussycat Dolls. Parang, yun talaga, yun yung moment na na-get ko na, do other boys have the same thoughts? Like, do straight boys have these same thoughts about these girls, about these female, unapologetically strong feminine celebrities? Parang, ano ba to? Crush ko ba sila? Ano ba nangyayari? May ganun eh. And then, I think a few years later, tsaka parang, hindi, bet ko yung kaklase ko nung high school. Doon ako parang, okay, hindi, bakla ka.
Yung akin naman, I think, definitely pop culture played a role in it. Spice Girls naman yung version ko niyan. Definitely naging crush ko yung mga pogi nung elementary ako. Pero I guess yung talagang hindi ko na matatakasan. Bakla talaga ako. Yung akin was, so I got into a science high school nung high school ako. And then medyo malayo siya from where we lived. Like 90 minutes. And nag-dorm ako for during the first year. Yun yung time na parang I was kind of empowered to really like who I wanted to like because hindi naman ako umuwi sa amin. Mm-hmm. So as a freshman, yung isang senior, syempre
oh my God. Alam mo, isa rin sa mga
correct.
Maybe a shared experience with the gays and the girls na parang pag high school ka, pag freshman ka, tapos yung senior, kahit 3 years na nagwat sa'yo, parang oh my God, sobrang I love older men.
As in talagang grabe, tapos marunong siya mag-breakdance, tapos crush siya lahat ng mga first year, mga batchmates, so tipong, sino ba naman ako, di ba? Parang isa lang naman akong bading na parang hindi mo makikita kung ano ma-offer ko. Pero yun talaga yung tipong, wala nang kawala. I think, dadating ka rin sa point na yun, di ba? Na parang noong una, medyo tinatago mo. Then slowly but surely, I guess the whole awakening is within yourself na parang, I talk about this in some of my stand-up na parang coming out of the closet, a big part of us queer people not wanting to come out because sometimes the closet is a safer space than actually coming out. Pero nung high school ako, yun talaga yung tipong, putang ina, ano bang kailangan kong gawin para magustuhan ako ni Kuya? Hindi ko na sabihin yung pangalan niya.
Naalala mo pa rin.
Kasi, oh my God, plot twist. Ang plot twist nito, nalaman ko na lang na, oh my God, I think my friends are gonna message me for this. Nalaman ko na lang na yung mga barkada ko palang girls, nilandi pala niya pagka-graduate namin nung high school. Na parang ako, I mean, carry lang. Pero I mean, like, sino ba naman ako? Wala naman akong kipay, di ba? Pero, ayun lang, it's like, a minor plot twist. Pero yun yung akin, parang, yun yung nakaramdam na ako ng parang carnal desires.
At least matanda ka na noon.
Oo.
Kasi carnal.
Grade 4.
Okay, and then I guess with that, let's mag-fast forward tayo ng kaunti because I think baka hindi alam to ng mga tao pero yung gay awakening, queer awakening, hindi siya isang buga.
I know, girl. It's siya, chapters talaga.
Chapter siya. Like ako, I think I kind of had an idea naman that I was gay, I was queer, maybe I was 13 or 14. But I kid you not, I think 19 years old na ako, takot ako magsabi ng charot or charing. Kasi parang pag naririnig ko yung ibang mga bading na nagsasabi noon, parang tuwang-tuwa ako sa kanila. Kasi I guess nasasabi nila yon pero takot na takot akong sabihin. Kasi parang feeling ko, pag sinabi ko yon, I'm totally surrendering to who I was always meant to be. Like, meron ba kayong gano'n na, I don't wanna say internalized homophobia, but it is a journey.
I think, okay, siguro to set things straight, kasi I grew up in a very different generation. Kami yung generation na hindi uso sa amin yung, Mom, Dad, I wanna talk to you. I'm gay. Coming out party. Walang ganon. Wala kami ganon-ganon. Diba? Dati, parang pag tinatanong ako, tita, paano ako nag-come out? Ay, nagdala na ako ng boyfriend. Tapos pinakilala ko sa family reunion. Ganon. So, wala na silang nasabi. So, ganon na lang. Diba? Pero noon kasi, for me, I think in going back to what you said, Baus, tama ka, stages siya eh. Kasi, and it's not just stages of your sexual awakening or awakening as a gay person or a queer person. It's also acceptance eh. Diba? Kasi parang I knew I was different for a very long time. Since nang grade 4, diba? Pero natanggap ko na lang that I was queer first year college na.
Yeah, matagal yun ha?
Oo, matagal yun. But of course, behind closed doors and just between me and myself, di ba, I was still denying it for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to be straight, di ba?
Yeah, it's so easy.
It's so easy to be straight, but very boring. So that was stage 1. Accepting who I really was when I was in college. And then after that, matagal pa ulit before I quote-unquote came out to my family and my friends. Diba? But yung lifestyle ko noon was very queer already. I was dating guys, I was dating girls, I was fooling around, I was going to like gay clubs. Hindi gay bar ha, gay clubs, meeting people, I mean for friendship and for whatever. Diba? I was living a very gay lifestyle.
Gusto kayo whatever.
Whatever
Tawagin
comes
natin
my way.
karat, yung whatever.
So yun, so there are stages. So unang-una na siguro yung pinaka-most powerful stage was when I accepted that I was not straight.
Yeah.
Yun. Pero college na ako noon.
Correct. Yeah, kasi parang feeling ko, once you kind of come to the idea that you may be queer, I experienced na parang part of me wanted to parang pray the gay away na hindi pwede to, okay na straight ako.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Parang ayoko ma-disappoint yung mga tao
Yes.
and the crucifying that I did to myself that was completely unnecessary and completely destructive. I mean, I don't want to say it's wasted time, but I mean, I could have done something more meaningful with all that destructive energy.
Ako may ganyan ako moment na, so, bisexual people are valid, but I remember nung second year high school, I came out to my friends first as bisexual. Kasi parang in my head, Bata pa lang ako, I've always had like domesticated dreams. Like I want a family in a house. Bata pa lang
As
ako.
a wife?
Oo, as a wife. Charot. Pero bata pa lang ako, gusto ko na yon. Tapos when I was coming to terms na, okay, bakla ako, I'm attracted to men. Syempre, parang to kind of hold on to that. Syempre, it's not until later that you realize that those things are a possibility for you as a queer person. Pero to kind of hold on to that, I came out as bi. Na parang, I like men now, but in the future, I'm gonna get married to a woman and have a family. May ganun ako. So I came out as bi to my friends. Tapos, syempre, parang high school, alam mo yung i-interrogate ka. Just, parang, sige nga, sino yung crush mong babae, gano'n. As all I could say were like, yung mga female artistas na parang, oh my God, ang ganda niya. Parang, sila yung crush ko, gano'n. Hindi, I'm bi, I like girls, pero hindi talaga. And it wasn't until, so nagkaroon ako ng, shoutout sa family ko kung nakikinig kayo, and ngayon nyo lang malaman to, but I had a boyfriend no high school, third year high school. It was the first time na parang, I ever felt like a guy show interest. Like, as in genuine interest in me as a person. Kasi of course, nung high school, as coming from an all-boys school, meron naman mga guys dyan na nag-express ng libog. As parang, in a way, they kind of use their gay classmates as kind of like a scapegoat. Parang, yung pampalipas libog. May mga ganon. Pero, it was the first time third year high school na a guy showed genuine interest in me as a person. Tapos dun ko parang, when I felt that, parang doon ko na-realize na, hindi, girl, bakla ka talaga. I mean, like, I'd already come to terms with it na at that point. Parang, parang nag-move past na ako sa bisexual denial ko. I moved past that stage. Pero nung naramdaman ko yun, parang, okay, bakla ako. Like, eto na yun. Eto na yung future for me. Like, women are no longer in the picture.
Interesting na banggit mo mix na bisexual mo. Because back in college, when I said I embraced myself, my queerness.
Bisexual muna.
Hindi, baliktad. Baliktad tayo. Kasi nga, in my time, it's either you're straight girl, straight guy, bading or tomboy. Walang bisexual in between. My friends think bisexuality is a bridge towards gayness.
Okay.
Parang, nagdedesisyon ka pa, hindi ka pa sure, gano'n. Sabi ko, I feel like a unicorn, na parang creature of fantasy. Hindi ako totoo, parang gano'n. So, when I was in college, it was a totally different environment from where I grew up.
Yes.
School at saka home. Sabi ko, sige na nga, tignan nga natin, magdedesisyon ako, magiging bading ako. Bading, as in gano'n. Kasi nga, ayoko nang parang entertain yung idea na there's such a thing as bisexual. So nung first year college ako, sabi ko bading na ako, even the mannerisms and the lingo in-embrace ko na. Okay. Mga barkada ko bakla na, bading na, ganon. Dati hindi pa kanalan tawag sa kanila pero kanal na sila. Tapos, you know what? I got introduced to a girl, love at first sight. Love at first sight. As in, oh my God, naging girlfriend ko siya for 5 years.
Wow.
Oh my God.
And people think, those who are close to me, parang, that's your beard. Are you still trying to pretend you're straight? No, I'm not actually. Nung time na yon when I met her, first time ako inintroduce sa kanya, I looked in the sky. I looked up, sabi ko, God.
Wow, this star is amazing.
Sabi ko, God, ano ba naman to? Tinanggap ko na nga bading ako, diba? Tapos ngayon, magkakagusto ko sa babae. So, against all odds, niligawan ko siya. Tapos for a year and a half, parang of course out ako noon na bading eh. Parang weird naman noon for a girl to have a boyfriend na bading, di ba? Yun, naging kami for 5 years. And that was a very serious relationship. So, doon ko lang rin, another awakening na parang, hindi pala ako bading. Bisexual pala ako talaga. And until now, I still get attracted to women.
And then the straight women in the comments will come in 3, 2, 1.
Ayan. Ayan po
Kulutan po tayo.
Ayan na po yung daddy baby comments.
Daddy baby comment. But you mentioned nga, but before the, parang the love at first sight story, I guess ang nagmarka sa akin is parang there was a point na parang inon mo na yung pagiging bading mo. Kasi I think ibang chapter pa yun di ba? Yung ibang chapter yung alam mo, pero yung tipong you stand tall in all your queerness, saying na hindi, lalaki ako, gusto ko ng titi. I mean, like, that in itself, I think, is another form of, parang dapat may party for that, diba? Kasi parang sawa ka sa tanggap mo na yung sarili mo. Do you remember, like, when yung talagang, yung tindig mo very close na to how you tindig these days?
I always say kasi that gender and sexuality is a journey. Um,
Ano naman yan?
And ayun nga, parang nagkaroon ako ng boyfriend no high school. Siguro dun ko na fully like nag-come into terms with my attraction to men. But I think something that's like quite unique to my story is there was a time na I tried out living as a trans person.
Oh.
Parang, because I was always feminine. As in ako yung tipong, girl, 7 years old pa lang ako, na-catcall na ako sa streets na parang bakla ka. Kasi gano'n ako kalambot ever since. I was always like the very queer, flamboyant person. And I was surrounded by a lot of trans people or people that would eventually come out as trans. Like nung high school, parang syempre, ngayon kasi meron tayong soji, marami na tayong vernacular for being queer. Nung high school, parang pag bakla ka, kami yung babae ng school. All boys school kami pero ang tingin namin sarili namin, is kami yung mga babae sa school. And that was parang for me, that was just words. That was just lingo. Pero I never saw myself as a woman talaga. Parang I never thought of myself as a woman. Pero parang because of that kind of like, may parang peer pressure of, a lot of my friends from high school eventually came out as trans. So at that point, they really did see themselves as women. And then when I came into college, na mas dun ko na natututunan yung soji dun ko na natutunan yung trans identities. I explored the thought of being trans. There was a time in college na I'm sure there's gonna be some photos of me from college floating around na ang haba ng buhok ko. I was always in like oversized shirts or sweaters tapos naka-pek-pek shorts going around school.
As one does.
Going around the Ateneo campus na naka-sneaker wedge. As in may time na I explored being trans feminine. When I found out I think it was around 2013 that I discovered or parang at least learned about the word non-binary, and that always resonated with me. But there was always that lingering question in my head na parang, baka babae ka? So there was a time na I tried growing out my hair, and the attention was lovely. Para syempre at that point, parang, oh my God, yes, sis, slay. Alam mo yung lagi kang ginaganon kasi parang bihis na bihis ka, ganap na ganap ka, babae ka every day. But what I realized was, it wasn't the most comfortable thing for me kasi behind that parang that glamour binabae on campus is like an hour of anxiety at home, parang an hour of like, do I look passing today? Am I feminine enough today? Na as in, ang tagal kong magbihis sa bahay, ang tagal kong mag-ayos sa bahay just because of parang I was projecting. Parang I was projecting in a way what people wanted to see of me. And then, so, I think this was in my junior year, senior year of college na. I was cast for a role where I had to have my hair cut. And it was fine. Parang for me, personally, okay lang yon. So, nagpagupit ako, parang I had the side shave and I had the very long, like, undercut. And then after the production, right after production wrap, I cut all of my hair short. And then, yun yung parang second gay awakening ko na, hindi ka babae. When I cut it all off, parang, I felt so much more comfortable in myself na, you tried it out, good for you, that's part of your journey. At least sinubukan mo, at least you went that extra mile of discovering who you are as a person. But it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Parang doon ko na-realize na, no, you're not trans, you're not a trans woman, you're a non-binary individual.
Yeah. Really reinforces that kind of like the awakening never stops.
Oo.
Right, yeah.
Totoo yun.
And
Ulit siya.
Yep. And on that note, we're taking a quick break and then tuloy ang baklaan. And we are back dito sa Hanash. Hoy, anong sinasabi mo? And for this episode, we are talking about gay awakenings, queer awakenings with the one and only Tita Baby. So, ang lalim na po ng pinuntahan namin. Wala pang poppers yan.
Oh, girl!
Ang lalim na napuntahan namin. But I guess just to pick up where we left off, I think what I'm getting from the two of you is that this is, I think, one of the great gifts of being queer. Na parang, we are actually free to try things out, and if they work out, great. If not, we can actually start again because we are not limited by, heteronormative programming or the construct of the binary. I know maraming TED Talk words here, but you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I think I think as a community, as queer people, we have to start unlearning that din na parang, kaya nga natin kailangan mag-come out earlier in life kasi we had to not just come out of the closet, but come out of that heteronormative expectation. So I think now as a community, we have to stop imposing those homonormative expectations now na
Yeah.
parang a gay person can eventually become attracted to women. A gay person can eventually come out as trans. Parang nakita natin yan, like just going back to like the drag race realm, ang daming naging like for example, Adore Delano, who's like now in her mid-30s,
Uh-huh.
nag-come out siya as trans and is now like validating that experience.
Correct.
Parang ano siya, it's never too late to discover yourself.
And yun, lalayo pa ba tayo? Meron tayong example dito of arguably nasa peak ka ng parang queer expression mo at your age already, di ba? Kasi parang, I think it's one thing to parang pursue something you love, but I think yung like reaching this peak of your queer expression, having gone through what you've gone through, I guess, ano yung mga self-talk mo these days, Tita Baby?
Parang feeling ko, comparing the time before and the time that I'm living right now, I'm very privileged to actually express myself at my age right now, na parang relevant to what is popular. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Kasi at my age, my peers have already settled
Correct.
Yes.
with who they are,
Yeah.
what they want in life. May families na yung iba, malalaki na yung businesses, etc., etc. And ako, parang doon pa lang ako sa stage na parang, teka muna, ngayon ko parang nadidiscover yung expression ko, di ba? So, you know, what I realized, talking about this, in my generation, feeling ko a lot of us have been boxed.
Yeah.
That's why they're living that life right now.
Yeah.
Di ba? So, coming from what you said, Mix, na parang, it's a privilege to actually try. If the society or my generation 20 years ago have the courage and the freedom to express themselves, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of like straight people right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kasi parang nakakahon ka eh. So you've been programmed to be that way. And in our time, it's a little bit more difficult to express yourself compared to now. So, because na-program ka na, ay, kailangan ko mag-asawa, kailangan ko mag-anak, kailangan ko magbigay ng apo, kailangan ko magnegosyo, kailangan ko magtrabaho. Diba? Parang a great population, kinahon nila yung sarili nila doon.
Oo. Na yun na yung dapat end goal natin.
Oo. Coming from that ecosystem, looking at a third person's point of view, parang, ay, buti na lang pala kapal-kapal ako ng muka at
Oo.
pinursu ko yung
Yeah.
sarili ko.
Yeah.
Pinursu kong hanapin kung sino ako talaga.
Correct.
As opposed to, sige, I'll fit the mold.
Uh-huh.
Because it's easier.
Correct.
Diba? So, feeling ko lang, kung mas free kami noon, mas marami kami ngayon.
Correct.
Nagda-drag.
You talk about parang not fitting the mold, but I think there are two molds that you're breaking in, not just with people from your age, not just I think it's the intersection of age and then your queer expression. I guess what I'm curious to find out, Tita Baby, is when you decided to parang pursue drag or get into drag race, parang did you have to negotiate with the people around you in terms of like, guys, ganito ko na i-own yung queerness ko Alam nyo na akong, matagal nyo nang alam na queer ako, pero i-level up pa natin to Kasi now, you're part of groups, you have businesses, you have friendships.
Yeah.
So did you have to negotiate a number of that?
No. I'm the kind of person na I'm very results-oriented. So I'll do what I want. Bahala kayo mag-adjust sa akin.
Correct.
Parang ganon. So just like what I mentioned kanina when I introduced my second boyfriend ko yon. Officially to introduce to my clan in a Christmas reunion.
Wow.
Na parang,
No?
di ba, parang ang daming level. Ay, bading ka pala. Ay, umamin ka na. Ay, may boyfriend ka. Bata pa. Diba, parang,
Sa harap ng buong angkan.
Sinilpi ko kayong lahat. Tapos bahala kayo to eat it.
That's
So
true.
when I decided to express myself as a drag queen, I started slightly before the pandemic So I was hiding everything I was doing it at home. Hindi ako nagpapakita sa bahay, hindi ako nagpapakita sa mga kapatid ko, ganyan. Pag lumalabas ako, tinatiming ako kung may dadaan, may ganyan. Not because I'm ashamed, because I just don't want conversation. Alam mo yon, parang bakit pagkasalubong yung daddy mo, tatanungin ka, bakit mo ginagawa yan? Explain, ayoko mag-explain.
Yes.
Diba? Ayoko mag-explain. So, bahala kayo kung paano nyo ako tatanggapin or hindi.
Alam mo, sobrang
Bahala
gets
kayo
ko
sa
yan.
buhay nyo.
Parang as queer people, the gay awakening process isn't only once.
Yes.
Na sabi natin kanina, hindi lang sa best yung gay awakening. But ang pinaka parang nakakapagod dyan is the coming out process doesn't also happen only once.
Yes.
Na parang you have to come out to so many people, and then like for me now, parang buti nga napipick up na ng vernacular yung non-binary, pero for the longest time kailangan ko explain na I don't see myself as male, don't see myself as female. Parang as queer people, parang paulit-ulit natin siya kailangan i-explain na minsan nakakapagod na parang why do we have to go through that process of constantly having to explain ourselves when we just want to live our lives. Not every queer person wants to be an advocate.
True.
For
True.
being
Oh my
queer,
God.
diba?
One more time for the people at the back.
Not every queer person wants to be an advocate.
Yeah,
And being an advocate, it's a very noble job, a very noble duty. Pero minsan gusto lang namin mabuhay at hindi kailangan i-explain ang sarili namin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you bring up a very valid point because for the longest time, parang kung hindi ka quote-unquote parlorista, advocate ka and you're parang fighting for the community. Lagi kang sa mga community outreach na sa mga parang doctors brigade tumutulong ka. Diba? So, I'm sure, Tita Bibi, you've seen this shift of just more and more queer representation now being available to everyone. How do you feel na parang, hindi naman sa parang dapat matal ka lang nawala, pero like, shit, buti na lang umabot ako dito.
Oo din. Kasi, I think I'm lucky and I'm privileged to actually to overlap there and be relevant.
Oh, yes.
Di ba?
Add the layer pa yun.
Overlap and be relevant in that sphere.
Oo.
Kasi, like I said, parang yung mga kaedad ko, sila na ngayon yung mga parang ikaw mix. May mga anak silang kasing edad mo.
Oh, girl.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kasi
Yeah,
edad
gets
yung
it.
dalawa. Yung kung panganay nila pwedeng kaedad nyo. And you're the ones who talk about Soji, talk about the spectrum, LGBT, talk about ganyan. Kami, yung mga exenial, mga Gen X, parang ina-absorb pa lang namin yun, di ba?
Correct.
Pero for me, I'm experiencing it with you guys. So, ano yun, malaking awakening na naman yan sa
Diba?
akin.
Like,
Parang,
awakening na naman siya.
awakening na naman siya. Kasi
Yeah.
parang ang swerte ko, at least na-express ko yung sarili ko and be relevant
Correct.
with it.
Great thing you brought that up. Kasi parang feeling ko rin, when you awaken to parang your higher form, unfortunately, ma-realize mo na there are friendships that na-outgrow mo na.
Yes.
There are conversations. There are topics na parang in your quest to be your most authentic self, it can feel a little lonely. Kasi tipong, shit, hindi ko nakasabay yung... Like, kunyari, I would see some friends na parang, I kid you not, they keep talking about the same thing, the same people, every weekend, the last 4 years. I'm like, yes, that's great, guys, but also, parang, life has so much more juice for us to just sink our teeth into.
Parang, ang laki-laki ng mundo for us to box ourselves in.
Yeah.
I think generally as people, not just as queer people, parang we all kind of have to have that openness to take on the world and the new things that come with it. Na, ako for me, parang I always say gender is a journey. Kasi even now, ngayon parang, especially after Drag Race, nagkakaroon ako ng new evolution of drag na I want to step into that more like hyper-feminine, hyper-sexual, female drag figure. Na medyo na-slight outgrow ko na yung like the whole anime thing.
Correct.
I mean, I love it. I love my package on Drag Race. Pero parang, if ipasok mo ako doon now, I would do it completely different.
Correct.
So I'm stepping into that parang more really hyper-feminine, hyper-sexual female figure with my drag. And syempre, with that, along with that, there's also that question na parang, drag ko lang ba to? Or parang, gusto ko ba to express in daily life? So, parang, for me, I resonate with, not saying that I'm trans now, I'm saying parang, the conversation is still open with myself. And I find that a lot of people are still coming out as trans later in life, and no longer is the conversation parang I was born in the wrong body. It was more like, there's a conversation of, it took me a while to get here. And ayun, parang I always tell myself na, if I don't feel that right now, it's fine. If I feel that eventually, that's also fine. Kasi parang I think, as people, queer people, straight people, everyone, we all have to be open to that. we might not be the same selves that we are in a few years' time.
Yeah.
And that should be okay.
True.
That
Yes.
doesn't
True.
mean we weren't being true to ourselves in that
Mhm.
moment.
Correct.
Pero parang,
Mm-mm.
we were doing what felt right to us then.
Uh-huh.
And that might not be the same thing that feels right to us
Yeah,
years
true,
down
true.
the line.
Oh, in the future, pwedeng straight pala ako.
Diba?
Correct. Hindi natin alam.
Oo, parang magkaroon ako ng girlfriend ulit.
For sure.
Joe, charot.
Pero again, this constant parang evolution, reinvention, it's not like pinapwersa natin siya.
Oo.
It's just,
Hindi.
we just feel that frequency of the planet and we just ride it. So I guess, Tita Baby, for you, are there parang evolutions either in your drag or in your non-drag life that surprisingly have informed the other?
Have informed?
Oo.
Parang influenced the other?
Oo.
Oo, parang I think I'm starting to believe in energy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm starting to believe in
Yeah.
energy kasi yung kunyari lang it's the simplest form. You step in a room, you step into a room with several people, automatic yan parang meron kang intuition sino yung mga tataypan mo, sino yung hindi, sino yung hindi ko to makakasundo. Di ba ganun? So for the longest time, I was thinking, what was that? Bakit may ganon? Isn't that like energy that you feel? Diba? Or vibes?
Meron pa yung coming with that, yung pressure ng hindi pwede yan kasi kailangan marunong ako makisama sa lahat.
Oo, at saka parang kunyari, hindi ko siya masyadong type. Ano yung proof ko na hindi ko siya matatype?
Oo.
Wala pang ganon.
Oo.
Pero naramdaman mo na. So, I needed to say that kasi all through my non-drag life in my past, yun yung tumatawag sa akin to go back to drag eh.
Oh.
Yun yung tumatawag sa akin na alam mo, hindi ka dyan, dito ka talaga. So that energy has been pulling me towards it, and ang manifestation nun is drag. So I'm starting to believe in energy na parang you know who you really are. You're just not listening to yourself.
Oh,
my
girl.
God.
Oh.
You know who you
Diba?
really are.
And that point, when you start listening to yourself and believing who you really are, is already a turning point. Doon magsishift ang buhay mo. Because you are now living your truth. Yun pala yun.
Yeah.
Yun pala yung ibig sabihin nun.
Yeah.
So, I was, yung mga different businesses or different yung past professional lives ko didn't work out. And then all of a sudden, at my age right now, hello, season 3 Drag Race.
Correct.
Diba? Parang, tapos everybody loves me. Parang, wow!
Yeah.
Bakit ngayon pa? Kasi ngayon lang ako nakinig sa sarili ko.
Fuck, ang ganda. Tangina. Are you able to pinpoint like exactly what you needed to hear? And then why you only internalized it when you did? Because yun nga, sabi mo matagal ka lang hinahabol ng mensahe na yan eh. Diba?
It's clearer looking back. That's why pala at a very young age, at 5 years old, I'd stare at my mom pag mini-makeupan siya, magnininang siya kasal. That's why pala, when I was in high school, there's this, I was so gravitated to the theatrics of Madonna and to the rebellious spirit of her. Tapos, that's why pala, I wasn't watching Friends, but I was watching The Nanny because of the campiness of, diba? Dati, doesn't make sense to me. I'm just like, okay, sige, bading ako kasi ito siguro yung gusto ko dahil bading ako. Hindi pala yun. Parang, you are a drag queen. That's why gusto mo yun lahat.
I feel that. Kasi ako parang, yeah, I know 27 is not old, but I did start drag quite later than a lot of kids na. Parang, girl, meron na ngayon mga drag queen at ages 14, 15, 16.
Oo, no?
Ako nag-start ako mag-drag, I was 23. I first learned about Drag Race back in 2013 pa. And it wasn't until like 7 years later, in 2020, nung pandemic, tsaka ako talagang push to explore drag. And in between that time, I was doing theater, I was studying how to do makeup. Parang kumbaga, I was in a way incubating myself to get to that point na parang, this is for me. It only took a global pandemic and not having a creative outlet as a gumraduate na ako. Wala akong creative outlet kasi nung college parang theater lagi. When I graduated, okay, corporate life, parang nawalan na ako ng creative outlet for my self-expression. Tapos nung na-discover ko yung drag, everything in the past 7 years since I watched the show and everything before then kind of started to make sense na parang eto pala dapat. Same na parang, dito pala ako papunta. Kaya pala ganon.
To answer siguro Bau's question, hindi ko pala nasagot.
No,
So,
it's okay. You
sabi
gave me
mo,
something so good.
Ano yung point, no? I remember this. I was in the hospital when I was 39 or 40. I was in the hospital for 8 days and the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Basta they knew I had pneumonia, I had a broken foot and a broken finger. Sabay-sabay yun.
Oh my God.
Tapos they couldn't figure out what's wrong with me, nilalagnat ako, etc. Anyway, so I was there for 8 days and I was thinking, oh my God, I'm 40. I'm half my life. And I will be lucky if I reach 80. Anyone is lucky to reach 80 and beyond. Diba? Sabi ko, oh my God. Tapos parang I have nothing to show for it. Dun siya dumating, and that's I was living in my depression stage that time. So parang I think if you do not listen to who you are, really, life's going to push you to listen to yourself.
Oo.
I know that.
So nung nandun ako sa stage na yon, sabi ko, parang if what kind of life do I want to live after I get out of the hospital? Kasi if I die now, parang ang core ng buhay ko, 'di ba? Parang I just lived for work, for home, trabaho, puyat, gano'n, 'di ba? Parang hindi naman ako masyado nag-enjoy. Masaya, pero hindi ako masyado mag-enjoy or wala siyang meaning.
Yeah, that resonates with me kasi ganyan, parang for me yung 2020, yung pandemic, it was like a wormhole into just kung ano ako ngayon. I was happy naman with advertising, but pero a part of me was like, alam mo, parang hindi dito yung tamang buga ng creativity mo. Parang in as much as I was already being creative with how advertising let me be creative, a part of me still felt like energetically constipated.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun, yung parang hindi ko siya like
May gusto ko pang ibugan.
And I remember yung dear friend natin na si Ai Mendoza, parang sabi niya, alam mo ba, simula na nag-comedy ka, and for most people, they don't get what I'm doing because I'm doing so many things.
Yeah.
But for people who get it, they're like, wow, you march to the beat of your own drum. And then, sabi talaga nung isa kong friend, dati parang ang dami mong gustong sabihin pero di mo malabas. And now, tipong, ayan, binubog ako sa lahat. And it felt like, feeling ko kung tinuloy ko pa yung advertising 9-to-5 stint ko for 3-4 more years, I think I would have been in like a really, really deep rut na mahirap makalabas.
Cut to, 40 ka na, nasa hospital ka din.
Yeah. Diba?
To add to that, Baus, no, I think it's very important for the audience to understand that finding who you are takes a lot of guts.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of conscious courage. Kasi marami kang mababangga family mo, friends mo, and the close, 'di ba? The close people to you are the ones who are going to hit. But if you realize, sabi nga nila, we have 2 lives. And the second life starts when you realize you only have one.
Ooh.
So I think yun yung nangyari sa akin sa ospital.
Yeah.
I realized I only have one life. Diba? So I have to start it. So yun, it takes a lot of courage to face the music. It's not easy kasi.
Yeah.
It's not easy. But it's worth it.
Correct. And I think it's a gift, but it's also sometimes like a double-edged sword na parang sometimes it's a gift, sometimes it's pressure din na because we're queer, because we know that technically we could carve the lives that we want versus others, there is a certain pressure to parang, okay, nasaan ako sa buhay ko. But I think, yes, conscious courage is a part of that. But also, I think time is a really big part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have your heart broken. You gotta break people's hearts. Kailangan mong ma-realize na sumabit ka sa trabaho tapos yung threat na, shit, wala na ba akong trabaho bukas? Kailangan mong ma-realize, kinupal ka ng boss mo. Kailangan mong ma-realize, mangkupal ng ibang tao. I mean, because, you gotta get the full serving of
Or
life.
else kasi you won't earn it You have to pay your dues before you get the prize.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, every lesson is much sweeter when you learn it by yourself. Parang everyone can give you so many life advice, so many well-worded, beautiful, resonating with you life advice. Pero hanggat hindi ang life ang nagturo sa'yo nun, hindi siya tatatak sa'yo. Kailangan talagang matutunan mo yun for yourself. Kasi I'm pretty sure na parang if we all listen to the life lessons that people around us have told us, we would lead like perfect lives without any mistakes. But what's the beauty in that? Yung parang pag nagkamali ka and then natutunan mong parang to pick yourself up from that mistake. I think it's much sweeter than just listening to someone's nice words.
Yeah.
True. 'Di ba? Parang naghahanap ka lang ng susundin.
Yeah.
Anong sabi nila? Anong sabi ng matatanda? Anong sabi ng
Correct.
ganyan? Anong sabi ng so gagawin mo na lang siya?
And I think you also awaken to that fact na parang, oh wait, all this time pala, hindi nga, nakikinig na ako sa iba like what you said kanina.
Yeah.
Then you realize, oh wait, I'm actually in charge here. So, again, it takes courage and it takes time. And that's it. For Hanash, Hoy, anong sinasabi mo? Ang dami kong goosebump moments.
We did not just talk about gay awakenings. We talked about like self-awakenings. We talked about, awakening to your next stage in life.
Correct. Thank you so much, Tita Baby.
Thank
The
you,
gifts that you
Baus.
just
Thank you,
shared with
Miss.
us. Maraming salamat.
Salamat. Boto niyo po ako sa 2020.
And of course, if you guys liked that content, we are going to continue this kind of like side podcast. We're Drag Race Recap. So please subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you find us. And please follow us on Instagram at BeccaNamanPod.
And also, if may mga topic suggestions kayo,
Yes.
'di ba? Kung meron kayong guest suggestions, kung gusto nyong ilagay namin si Risa Ontiveros dito, sige, gagawa natin ng paraan yan. Tignan natin. But again, thank you so much, Tita Baby. Thank you,
Thank
Mix.
you, Baus.
Thank you, Mix, my love. And this is Baus Rufo. See you guys on our next episode. Bye!
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.